The file you are about to hear has been thoroughly scrutinized by the Ethics Committee and approved by the O5 Council for release to trusted associates of the Foundation. This is SCP Unredacted. Item number SCP-6615. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-6615 is to be kept in Containment Locker C-464 at Site 8 when not under study. The Whitehall family has been given fabricated memories indicating that their son did not have the anomaly in his possession at any point. Investigation into the events surrounding the anomaly has been suspended, pending the development of more effective heat protection measures for Foundation unmanned drones. Description: SCP-6615 is a composition notebook. The object does not possess anomalous qualities. However, it contains information describing an unknown anomalous event. Due to the unverified nature of this event and the fact that the object is the sole source of information concerning it, SCP-6615 has been classified as an anomalous object. The object was recovered from the town of Stowe, Vermont on 16 May 2019. It came to the attention of the Foundation during a routine investigation of missing persons cases. Specifically, the case concerning 13-year-old Jeremy Whitehall came under scrutiny due to the presence of multiple indicators for anomalous activity. The following is known about Jeremy Whitehall's disappearance and the circumstances surrounding it. On 29 April 2019, Jeremy's birthday was celebrated. He was gifted a composition notebook. On 4 May 2019, Jeremy was seen reading a geology textbook and displaying considerable interest in its contents. This was seen as abnormal, as he was known to dislike academics and studying by those familiar with him. On 8 May 2019, Jeremy secluded himself in his room after returning from school for the day. His mother, Sarah Whitehall, reported that he wrote in his notebook without pause for several hours and was unusually withdrawn. For the next 3 days, Jeremy exhibited no unusual behavior. However, there was a slightly elevated level of seismic activity throughout Stowe during this time. On the morning of 11 May 2019, Jeremy Whitehall was not in his bed. It is assumed that his disappearance occurred sometime during the night prior. The case was brought to the local police and then escalated to search and rescue services in the area. However, no conclusive evidence could be found, and no suspects were ever identified. Jeremy's notebook was recovered from his room and kept by the Whitehall family until the Foundation became involved. Due to the nature of the information it contained, it was shortly designated SCP-6615. The contents of the object have been scanned into this file and follow in full.
Addendum 6615-1.
April 20th, 2019. This birthday present sucks. I don't care what Mom says, it's a diary and diaries are dumb. She said it would be a good idea to have somewhere to get my thoughts out on paper. I'm only doing this so she stops asking me about it though. I wanted a cell phone and I hate this diary. There, that's my thoughts. April 30th, 2019. Mom said I need to take this more seriously. How can I take it seriously when it's just stupid? I don't get it. She said I could just try and write down whatever comes to mind first and I don't have to show it to anyone, but it has to be for real. And she won't let me have cake for dessert unless I write every day. Fine. Miles and Sam were talking really loud in history today, but Mr. Rassio didn't do anything. He just acted like he didn't hear him. I couldn't focus for the whole lesson and we have a test tomorrow. Also, a bee almost stung me when I was walking to school. I hate bees. I wish it would get cold again so they'd all go away. May 1st, 2019. Bomb the test. I hate Sam and Miles. Also, Mrs. Copper's reading assignments are so boring. We just look through the book and write stuff down and do it over and over. I almost fell asleep in class, and I was looking forward to recess the whole day, but then Jake hit me in the head with a basketball and I fell over and everyone laughed. It wasn't funny. May 2nd, 2019. Tried to throw out the diary and Mom caught me. She didn't try to stop me, but she was really sad. She said I didn't look happy lately and she got the diary for me because she thought it would help. She wanted me to have a nice birthday. I don't know, maybe I really haven't been taking it seriously enough. I didn't throw it out. I felt too bad. May 3rd, 2019. We actually learned something cool in science today. Mrs. Copper gave us another reading assignment and I thought it was going to be boring again, but it was about the inside of the Earth. Apparently the Earth has layers, like a cake. It's only solid on the top, but when you go down further it gets hotter and hotter. Eventually it turns to molten lava. I wanted to know more, but the bell rang and we had to go. I wish science class was always like that. May 4th, 2019. I read the whole chapter during lunch today. People were giving me weird looks, but I just thought it was really cool. There's a tiny ball of really hot metal at the very center of the Earth. Even though it's so hot, it can't melt because it's being crushed together by the gravity of the entire planet, so sucks to be them if they don't think that's cool. May 5th, 2019. The book said it's so hot in the center of the Earth that nobody's ever been there. But that can't be true, because then how do we know about it? May 6, 2019. I wish I could visit. I had trouble sleeping last night. There were weird noises outside. I think an animal got in the backyard or something. May 7, 2019. Last night I woke up really late. I don't know what time it was, but it was pitch black. I heard noises in the backyard again. I looked outside and I saw Mom digging a hole with her hands. She didn't look at me, she just kept digging. She was throwing the dirt over her shoulder and making a big black pile. I went back to bed. I thought I was dreaming, but I just checked and the hole's there. It's not that deep, but it's there. I'm too scared to ask Mom what she was doing. May 8th, 2019. I went to school today, but no one else showed up. I was waiting by the side of the school and hoping the security guard would unlock the doors, and then I saw him in the back. He was digging a hole. He was using his hands and piling the dirt in a huge pile. My teachers were there too. They were all digging. I ran home and everyone I saw on the way was in their backyard digging. I yelled, but it was like they didn't hear me. When I got home, Mom was digging again. She had this look in her eyes. She was just staring into the hole as she scrapped the dirt out with her hands, and it got deeper and deeper and deeper. I yelled at her too. I tried to shake her and push her, but she didn't move. It was like she was made of rock, and she just kept digging. I went back up to my room. It's starting to get dark. Every time I look out the window, Mom is still there, digging. May 9th, 2019. Still digging. Still everyone. All the holes got so deep overnight, I can't see the bottom. No one's eating, no one's drinking. They're all just digging. May 10th, 2019. Nadia next door fell into her hole. She didn't make any noise, she just slipped over the edge. She went down until I couldn't see her anymore.
Undated.
Everyone's falling now. It's like the dirt just crumbles away.
Undated.
Not falling. Jumping.
Undated.
The hole in the backyard's making noises. I thought it was an animal inside or someone climbing up, but it's not that. It's whispering. It's saying it wants to see me. It's telling me to come home. It sounds like...
Undated.
No entry written. The page contains illegible scribbles and is smeared with dried soil.
Undated.
And everyone was happy at the center of the Earth. Civilian testimonies are inconsistent with this account of events, as are Foundation records. All available evidence appears to indicate that the anomalous events described in the object did not actually occur. However, the whereabouts of Jeremy Whitehall remain unknown.
Addendum 6615-2.
On 26 May 2019, a vertical sinkhole appeared in the backyard of the Whitehall's family home. The area was immediately cordoned off when it was found that the sinkhole descended beyond the effective range of human eyesight. A Mark II unmanned aerial drone, rated for high heat resistance, was sent into the sinkhole to investigate. The transcribed findings of this exploration follow.
Begin log.
The drone enters the sinkhole. The walls of the sinkhole initially appear to be composed of soil, consistent with the typical geology of Stowe. As the drone descends, this soil transitions to an unknown sedimentary rock. The drone pauses, hovering and attempting to take a sample. However, the substance displays anomalous durability. After 2 unsuccessful attempts that result in moderate damage to his sampling implements, the drone resumes its descent. The layer of sedimentary rock continues for approximately 50 meters before transitioning to a metamorphic mineral similar in appearance to gneiss. At this time, the drone sensors detect a minor increase in the ambient temperature. Over the following 10 minutes of descent, the composition of the drone's surroundings frequently changes. Substances are often observed that should not be present in the area, or at the depth at which they were found. During this time, the ambient temperature continues to increase gradually. After 20 minutes, it is noted that the walls of the sinkhole are gradually transitioning into molten rock and metal, suspended in place through unknown means. The temperature is now increasing at a more rapid rate. The drone's depth finder abruptly malfunctions, possibly due to high heat. A reversal of the drone's course is attempted, but its remote controls are found to be non-functional. It continues to descend. At this point, due to the extreme brightness of the surrounding material, visibility is suboptimal. Telemetry indicates that the drone is still descending, but its depth is unknown. At the half-hour mark, unusual gravitational readings are observed, which appear to indicate that the drone is traveling toward an exceptionally dense object. The camera feed is now almost entirely white. The drone is suddenly ejected into a large open space with better visibility. Its display takes several seconds to adjust. Once the image resolves, it can be seen that the drone is surrounded by white-hot liquid metal, suspended in a spherical shape. The drone turns around and its camera captures the aperture from which it emerged, an oversized, open human mouth. The camera pans up. A similarly oversized face, resembling that of Jeremy Whitehall, is observed. A strong gravitational force pulls the drone towards the Whitehall entity. Liquid metal is expelled from the orifices of the entity at a high speed, overtaking the camera feed and destroying the drone. In the last frame of the footage, the entity appears to be smiling. Thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, join my Discord community, hire me on Fiverr, or help support me by becoming a patron for as little as $3 a month. Regardless of tier, all patrons get early access to every single episode. The links are in the description. I don't have the talent it takes to write a skip. All I do is read. Original authors make this podcast possible, so credit to the original author. Their link's in the description. Show them some love as well. Consider becoming a member of the SCP Wiki. Upvote their work, and maybe write a skip of your own. Maybe I'll read it here someday. You never know if you never try. The content of this podcast and content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from scpwiki.com and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0.